live in me, he's thrown away like a branch, or like a bundle of tares. They're dried up because they're bearing nothing. They're not bearing grapes, and they're not turning into wheat. And they will gather them up. They who? Angels. And what will they do with them? They'll just cast them into the fire. If you'll live in me, and my word will live in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. Time out. This is another one of those scriptures that gets taken out of context and twisted. Because I've heard preachers say, anything that you'll ask God with a pretty pleased attitude. Listen. He says, verse 7, if you live in me and my words live in you, ask whatever you wish. He did not say, ask me. Look at your Bible. He doesn't say, ask me. It doesn't say, ask the Father. The word ask there is declare. Speak to it. The word there, he didn't say. See, this is the picture they try to paint. If you live in me and my words live in you, then ask God whatever you want, and it'll be done. That's not what he's saying. He said, look, if you really live in me, and this stuff I'm telling you really lives in you, then you ask, you speak to, you declare whatever it is you want, and it'll be done. This is what I'm trying to say. He paints the same picture. Turn over to, keep this, but turn over to Mark chapter 12, and you'll see where he said this same thing again, just from a little different perspective. It's like this. Let me step over here. This is a round table. This table is circular. You get it? Said the same thing 2 different ways. But now you're going, oh, okay, I think I see what he's saying. As opposed to, well, then we are the round denomination. Not us. Y'all are going to hell. We're the circular table denomination. We've got it right and you've got it wrong. You're missing the whole point. Jesus said things. Mark tried to paint a picture to you of it in Matthew and Luke and John. But the question is, do you ever even really get what he's saying? What did Jesus say? Everybody's got ears, but the ones who have ears that can hear understand what I'm saying. You've all got these appendages on the side of your head. So you're all hearing words, but that doesn't mean you're all really hearing it. What Jesus just said in John chapter 15, tie it into this. In Mark. Jesus speaking again. Truly I say to you, whoever says to the mountain, be taken up, be cast into the sea, and doesn't doubt in his heart that this could actually happen. The person who believes what he says is going to happen, then it shall be granted to him. You see, that's just a different picture of what Jesus just said here in John. If I can get there. Same thing. I keep losing my place. If you'll live in me and my words live in you, then ask whatever you wish and it'll be done. It's that same thing. Whoever says to the mountain, be taken up and cast into a sea, and doesn't doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says is going to happen, then it shall be granted to him. He's trying to paint a picture here of who you really are in him. Another thing that John said, and we're not going to turn there, but in one of his first, second John's, he says, as Jesus is, well, in this world, so are you. You know what the problem is? Most people can't believe that.
Amen.
Most people cannot believe that as Jesus is in this world, so are they. Mark chapter 12, verse 24. You ought to just tattoo this on your arm so you can read it all the time. All the things for which you pray and ask, if you believe that they have, if you believe that you have received them, then they'll be great. Let me say that about 100 times. I don't know, whoever's watching this or listening to this, look in the mirror. All the things for which you pray, all the stuff you're praying about, believe that you already have received it. Even before you see it. Even before it's manifested. Even before you can go grab it. All the things you're praying for, believe you have received them, and then they shall be granted to you. Quit being a hoper. Start being a believer that you've already received it before you even see it. Then you'd be walking in the same manner that he walked. If your life is determined or dictated by you praying for something and really you don't believe that you receive it until after it gets here, until after it's manifest, then if you do get it, you believe that God was basically granting your wishes. And if you don't get it, then you're actually believing that God didn't want you to have that. And so what you're developing is what I call circumstantial theology, where your whole life is basically lived on, well, I prayed about this, and it did happen, so God was for it. Or I prayed about this, and it didn't happen, so God was against it. You're living in circumstantial theology, which is completely opposite of what I just read you.
Amen.
Did anybody get this? I need $1 million. Pray for it. You get to the amen. Did you get it? Well, I hope so. You know what that means? No. No. That means you're just hoping.